I think the TOPS program is one of the best programs in the United States, and I'm not sure of what other states do, but TOPS is, whenever they talk about cutting TOPS, that's a bad thing. I'm a former educator. I think you got to start at the bottom, and I've thought about this a lot, and I've talked to a lot of people about this a lot. To get them to that level to be college educated, not everybody's going to be college educated. We all know that, but we have to have a stream for them. We have to start at the bottom in kindergarten. My wife's a kindergarten teacher, so I've seen it. I've gone in the classroom. I can't stay there more than 4 or 5 minutes because they drive you crazy. But I taught high school, and I've seen. I'm a businessman now, and I'm kind of going to stick with me on this where I'm getting at. I'm a businessman, small businessman, and I'm a school teacher. I think that education ought to take the path of small business. I think we talk about public schools. I've talked a lot lately about vouchers and what do you call? I can't think of the word for it, but vouchers is my big deal. I think high schools need to be competitive. If the high schools are competitive and all the schools, junior highs and elementary schools, if they're competitive like a businesses that compete, the better business always makes it. If the high schools compete on that level, maybe vouchers are the answer. If they compete and that makes everybody better. We have to do something like that because education, I don't think the answer is Common Core. Common Core is junk. Common Core is the, excuse my language, but I've talked about that a lot lately too. And maybe I'm getting off your point, but I'm coming to a spot. We have to make the schools competitive, so the schools will get better. And get away from the neighborhood concept. Caddo does it better than Vouchers. Caddo does the magnet school deal, and back in the 80s, the reason they did that is to increase the enrollment at, say, like Byrd. To increase the enrollment, Byrd was way down, and then they're way up because the kids got to choose. Well, now the kids choose the better schools to go to. Not all of them, and they don't have to. And I'm not saying make them do that, but when you got a restaurant that's better than A restaurant's better than B restaurant, people are going to go to A restaurant. Small businesses, Walmart or whatever, people are going to go to the better business where they can get the better prices. Why don't we do that with schools? And the voucher thing, I think, maybe is the answer. Give the kids who don't have the transportation means or the money means, give them an opportunity to go to the better schools. Also, we need to get small business involved in schools. Maybe tax breaks at the federal level, tax breaks at the local level, to get them to, my wife spends a lot of money every year buying equipment for classrooms because it's not provided. Let the small businesses contribute that and give them a tax break and give them an incentive to do that, Get them in there, and kids need role models. I talked to one of the school board members this morning about role models, and a good role model is the quarterback for LSU. I know his family, and he was in the Voucher area, lived in the Voucher area, and went to Parkway. Well, he got the role models that he needed, and look where he's at now. It's because Brandon Harris is because of the role models he picked up. And this guy's a school board member, and he said he came in his business every day. And he just kind of took him under his wing and showed him the different things that a different environment than he was accustomed to.